Hey there, everybody. P. Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of the show. And as always, in the co-captain's chair,
right over here,
Mr. Wild Bill.
Greetings, comic book lovers, comic book fans, occasional drop-bys.
Yes, because we do have those, right?
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Inside the Cover. This is a Bill show here today, so he's got a very fine issue that he wants to show off for all of you today, for your viewing pleasure.
Marvel Spotlight number 29, featuring Moon Knight.
Look at that. For all you folks watching the show.
His second appearance in this magazine title. His first one is a yellow cover.
Yes.
28.
Yep.
It's hard to get.
It is now. I used to have it. And
That's like the second version of Werewolf by Night, number 32.
Yeah.
It's right up there as a hard key issue.
Yeah, especially now with the show.
So, in this issue, we have Moon Knight fighting this villain called Conquer Lords. Conquer
Lord.
Conquer Lord.
Conquer Lord.
What a horrible name for a villain.
Not
But well dressed for the occasion.
Yes.
At Gracie Mansion here, he's taking a pot shot at the mayor in New York City. And Moon Knight's on the case, tackling him so he misses his shot. And wouldn't you know it, the cops think Moon Knight's the hitman.
Before we continue, we should go on with who was at the helm here on this particular issue.
We'll back up. Sort of, yeah. August 76. August 76, so it came out 3 months prior to that. But it's an August 76 book.
Yep.
It's a Jack Kirby, Al Milgrom cover.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And it's written by Doug Moench, if I'm saying that right.
Doug Mensch, however he says his name.
Art on the inside is Don Perlin, and Deborah James is the letterer.
Yeah.
Irene Vertinoff is the colorist, and Marv Wolfman is the editor. But anyway, this story is basically one where after Moon Knight tackles Conquer Lord tackles Marlene and takes her hostage, and it is in this double-edged situation where Moon Knight either has to save the shot mare or go after the girlfriend. So he goes to save the mare, wouldn't you? So he goes and checks up on the mare, and then cops show up. So Frenchie shows up with the helicopter, and they split, and he gets out.
All right, you got to explain who Frenchie is, because we might have some people watching the
Frenchie's
TV
like
show.
Alfred for Batman.
Right. There is no Frenchie in the TV show, which is kind of strange.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
he'll come later. I don't know. Spoiler alert.
So,
and right now he is Mark Spector here in this issue, right?
well, I don't know if he went back to Stephen Grant. Or I think he was going to change into the Cappy identity as he's coming back to his house. And when he gets in there, he might have been Stephen Grant, because he catches this guy inside this room. He's like, "Who are you?" And the guy's like, "I'm the new valet driver." And he's like, "I don't have a valet driver. You must be a spy for that guy."
It's so confusing.
So he follows this guy. He tells Frenchie to follow this guy. The guy actually steals Stephen Grant's Corvette, and he's like, "Follow this dude."
Because in the comics, Stephen Grant was rich. Okay.
So, because if they follow the dude, he'll bring him back to Conquer Lord.
Sure.
And he'll find out where Marlene is.
Mm-hmm.
So when he gets there, of course he gets confronted by these goons. So Moon Knight starts taking out these goons when he gets back to the lair. And one of the guys goes and tells the boss, "Hey, it's the guy who stole the vet." One of these other guys comes in and tells Conquer Lord that Moon Knight's here, and he's like, "It doesn't surprise me." And then he gives the guy a gun, and and he tells him to shoot the spy, the valet driver. So, kind of taking care of his own dirty work for the failures. You know how the villain always takes care of the failure minion?
Yep.
So that happens here with up here where he gives him the gun.
One of those giant chess pieces, pretty cool. Huh?
So now Moon Knight's in this giant chess room with Conquer Lord, and Conquer Lord tells him that he's the knight where he falls into position on the chess pieces, and Conquer Lord tells him, "You got to move like a knight, because if you land on any of the squares, they're all laced with landmines." So And then he says, by the way, I'm going first. Now, Conquer Lord's team, he's got the black color, and Moon Knight has the white team. In chess, white always goes first.
Right.
And he says, I'm going first. He's got the blacks. So he's cheating.
Cheater.
Conquer Lord got the floor rigged with mines, and he's going to go first. So
Typical supervillain ploy.
I think this is the ad I used to fill out for my subscription when I was a teenager. Cool. It's the page I remember. So Conquer Lord's got the deck stacked in his honor. So of course there is an explosion. So you know he's not bluffing. So there's this exit hole, right? There's basically comes like a stalemate. So what's the villain do when they're getting their ass kicked? They leave. They flee the scene. Mm-hmm. So he's fleeing, and then he flips a switch and he goes, "Now I laced all of them with landmines, but had certain ones turned off because he knew he'd be in there."
Sure.
When he left the room, he flipped the switch. Conquer Lord did, and so if Moon Knight touches any of these squares on the chess floor, he's going to blow up the room. So he's trying to jump through the exit hole up in the ceiling there, where Conquer Lord just went through. And wouldn't you know it, in comic book fashion, he just makes it.
Of course.
And over here, there's this little balloon where he's contemplating his power, where he's thinking to himself, well, I'm supposed to have super strength. That's about all we have, like, as a clue, an inkling as to some of his power. You're supposed to have super strength?
Supposed to. Yeah.
But from where? It does. So, meanwhile...
Because this is before they reveal the whole Khonshu crap, right? I mean, like, way before.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention the death trap for Marlene. I skipped over it, I think. I'm looking for it. Conquer Lord has Marlene prisoner. And he's got this sandbag that's like a counterweight for her.
Right? Yeah.
So if he stabs a sandbag and it starts leaking sand, he's got her hanging over a crocodile pit. That is just such great comic book story. Mm-hmm. You need a crocodile pit for horror themes. You don't see enough crocodile pits nowadays, you know. So this is great. So he stabs this sandbag, and it takes an hour for the bag to lose the sand. The sand, as the sand comes out of the bag, she'll fall into the hole. Yep. So he ain't got all day.
No.
I guess is what I'm trying to say. Moon Knight doesn't have all day to fight around with this Conquer Lord dude. Got to save Marlene.
That's right.
So.
And don't stop for Twinkies along the way.
No.
Twinkie ad.
But of course, Moon Knight does save the day and kick ass. And he's got the guy all tied up. And he leaves his calling card so that the authorities know that this is the guy, not Moon Knight. And he saves Marlene. And, you know, so you got all the comic book action rolled into one there.
And notice at the bottom it says next issue, the Warriors 3, which is the Warriors 3 that are friends with Thor. So they ended the Moon Knight run here, right? And did it pick back up again like later? I don't even remember.
Number 30 is a different character, right? Marvel Spotlight, isn't it Hercules? I'm not sure who it is. It's not Moon Knight.
Which issue number is this again?
It's number 29.
So the next one's Warrior 3 with Volstaff and you know the Thor friends.
Oh,
and then I think
after
that I thought it was Nick Fury was 31, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
The Volstaff, isn't it Volstaff?
Yeah, Volstaff, Fandrel, and the other guy's name. I can never remember all three of their names. Anyway, the three fun guys. Yeah, whatever the hell they're called.
Look at the back page.
There you go. Look at that.
Looks like Ultraman.
It kind of looks like Nova a little bit, right?
Well, I remind me of Ultraman. There used to be this show. It was from Japan. Mm-hmm. It's called Ultraman.
Yes, indeed.
You know, in the 70s, late 60s, I think it was made. But that looks like Ultraman to me.
I had Bullet, the human Bullet.
Oh, yeah?
Action figure. Yeah, I had him. Actually.
Bullet Man, the human Bullet.
Yep. It's pretty cool. It broke, though.
But yeah, this book goes for a lot of money now.
Yeah, any of those early Moon Knights.
I think I paid $12.50 for it, but it's going for like $60, like a 6 or 7 grade now. But
And drawn by Don Perlin, who was the guy who was drawing Werewolf by Night at the same time.
Yeah, this is 76.
Yeah.
Here's your ad in the back.
There you go.
Look for any other tidbits.
Cool stuff. I would say for those viewers who maybe have not only really know the 80s Moon Knight, the stuff they did in the 70s was pretty interesting, a little bit different.
There's not really a heavy emphasis in this book about Khonshu.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, they didn't really reveal that till later on. So
that was heavier in the 80s, Khonshu.
Yeah. That's why when I was reading these Moon Knight stories back in the day, I was always very confused. I'm like, what's up with all these personalities?
I had a lot of, the multiple identities.
It was
like
different.
In this story, when he's coming back from leaving action from the mayor's house, as Moon Knight, wanted to flip into being Jake, the cab driver.
Yeah.
To get out on the street and get some info. And when he gets back into the house, he catches that other dude, but he's like in Stephen Grant mode. So there's like too many transitions. I don't know. I always thought the multiple identity was a little too much, I thought. I like the idea of the character and everything. Even the Frenchie sidekick, with the helicopter, the moon glider. But I don't know. It just...
Yeah, on the TV show, the whole series is based on Stephen Grant and Mark Spector. And then in the final episode and the end scene... They introduce the cab driver. Was it Jake again? Jake
Lockley.
Jake Lockley, yeah. So then they introduce him right at the end. So now there's the 3 personalities at the end of the show.
Well, you technically got 4. Because you got Mark Spector, you got Moon Knight, you got the millionaire Grant character, which you say is not a millionaire on the show.
Right.
And then you have the cab driver.
And then there's Mr. Knight, which is because I don't know if you were, maybe, I don't know when
Mr. Knight.
Yeah, so I don't know when they got into that in the comics, but in the TV show. And
that's a 5th identity?
It's a 5th because it's basically the Moon Knight is...
He has the most identities out of any character.
Right. Moon Knight is the Mark Spector superhero identity, and Stephen Grant's superhero identity is Mr. Knight, who kind of looks like Moon Knight, but not. He's got a suit, and, and there's no cowl. He's just got the white mask.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a little like kind of. So it's weird. So there are like
multiple
5 technically now.
So because I had followed the issues in the 80s when he first came out, and I always thought it was a little difficult to follow him with the multiple characters.
Yeah.
It's strung things out. It was. I would call it a difficult read.
Yeah, but a cool character. I mean, he's got great.
I like the concept. Yeah. I like it's a dark comic.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I liked about it. But it kind of is stretching it thin. I think with the multiple identities kind of thing, it just wears on me. But other than that, I do like Moon Knight. But I get to a point where I'm like, come on. So there you have another edition of Inside the Cover. As always, please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, please. And share this video with your friends if you like. That'll help us even more. And click the notification bell so you can be kept in the loop every time we have a new video. And as always, we thank you for being here. For Comic Book Geezers, I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being here. And we'll see you next time.
And I'm Pete. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Comic Book Geezers. Take care, everybody.
Bye.